welcome to today's edition of Blinding Myself, sun sourcing with all of you, gathering some of Father Sun's energy. I need it. Feels so good. It's starting to warm up here. Had to be outside. Found this little spot and thought I would pop on here and tell you guys a little bit about some things that I've been seeing, noticing, and just kind of, you know, you don't have to listen to anything that I say, but a guide, so to speak, suggestions of what to look out for, or to be mindful of, I should say. And with that, you might want to say my name. Hi, I'm Courtney Kaiser with Journey of Shadows, and we're going to talk about the eclipse season. And sorry, the wind just started blowing and the leaves look so beautiful. It caught my eye. But I wanted to talk about some things that I've been noticing just within the collective, and not as a judgment, but as an observation, because I pay attention and I have the lens that I have. I can't help it. And, you know, listening to and diving deep within the astrology. I am not an astrologist, so, you know, if everything I say is not accurate, sorry. You know, like, gave you guys the warning, but I know some things, okay? And I can definitely tell you that 2025 has been nuts, and it's going to continue to be. It's all about shadow, guys, and doing the work, and Year of the Snake. But right now I'm seeing, like, and I feel it too. That's why I'm speaking about this, because I felt the call so much. As soon as springtime hit, the spring equinox was here, I was ready to create. I'm ready to step out of my cave and, you know, bring my new projects that have been in the cauldron or incubator that I've been drumming up through winter, and diving into the underworld to remove blocks and heal myself, you know, all in preparation of stepping into this new level or place in my career. Just, you know, coming out with nature, as a lot of us have and wanted to do, right? We feel the call to do because we see nature doing it. Everything is coming alive and being born. But the universe is like, we're just gonna throw you a little bit of a hook, okay? And maybe some banana peels, just in case. You can, of course, dodge them or not even see them. They may not even affect you. But to those of us that are a little bit more dialed in, or may have certain placements in our chart that are being exaggerated, or that experience is being amplified under that sign, then your situation is going to be different than other people's, and you might find that you're having certain experiences that your friends maybe aren't, because, you know, maybe they are earth signs, or you know, water signs or something. And you know, water signs are now having some relief as Neptune is about to move into Aries. We are now in Aries season, and it's that fire energy, right, that makes us want to just create and move forward, going towards the timelines of the things that we want, right? And what we are creating, we're trying to bring it to life. But with the eclipse season, it's still asking us to stay inward, not do anything yet, not even manifest yet, because this energy is so unstable. And I've been seeing a lot of various, and I don't know if this was even conscious, or maybe there was, you know, they just felt called to, but I'm seeing a lot of programs, manifestation programs and things happening during the eclipse, and that raises some questions for me, although I'm like, your magic is your magic and your reality is your reality. You can create whatever it is that you think and want, as long as it's aligned and it's meant for you, then sure, whatever, you know. But one would say that eclipse energy is unstable, and there's a lot of illusion and delusion when it comes to eclipse energy, right? It's illuminating, but there's also a lot of shadow. It's very dreamy, but right now Mercury is in retrograde, and so is Venus is also in retrograde, right? So we're being called and asked to look into these other areas, right? Okay, sorry guys, I got cut off. My timer for social media went off. My time is out, so going over, guys, and breaking rules. But this is the uncomfortable energy that we're having to sit with, okay? Is even though we're wanting to manifest right now, even though there's a new moon coming, the universe is asking us to not manifest, to go against that programming because it is unstable, to help ourselves in the best way possible by listening to what we're needing. If we're feeling this disconnection already from creation or wanting to create, I know I have felt like it hasn't felt as free. It's been like not necessarily forced, but that's not the fun side for me, is like the back end creation of materials and stuff. But that's part of it. Like that's part of the work, right? So, but yeah, feeling just uninspired in certain aspects, like noticing if that's coming up, or noticing if you're feeling more tired, or if you're feeling more confused, lacking clarity, but yet you're still trying to force something. It's asking us to just take a pause, like a literal pause, if we can do that, and go against the programming we've had to push forward, to make things happen from this place of scarcity of, I need money, I need this project to happen, I had a plan that I was gonna come out with this. It feels like the right time though. I get it because it felt like the right time to me too. I'm like, yeah, spring, I need a month or more, you know, to promote this. I get it. It's an extra week or few extra days now. If you can hold off until the 29th or 30th, some would say April 7th, when the entire eclipse window is done. But that's important to listen to yourself and your internal compass, your intuition of what it's telling you and guiding you to do, right? You take everything I say with a grain of salt, take what you like, leave what you don't. I'm a full believer in that. These are always just suggestions. But those shadow aspects are going to come up, and already Mercury being in retrograde with Venus in retrograde, yeah, there's going to be shadows that are showing themselves, and we're in a cazimi right now, which means Mercury is in the center of the sun, like at the equal place, the 0 point. I guess it's called, is it the 0 point? Which is like a portal of clarity, of downloads, of communication, especially spiritual communication. And there's opportunities to receive guidance or even elevation in your spiritual gifts if we are taking the time to go out in nature, meditate, doing the things, resting, sleeping, dreaming. We're going to have very vivid dreams right now that have a lot of information. But really nourishing ourselves, but still spending the time reflecting of like, okay, in the areas of, and I'm going to say this because this is a shadow of mine too, of technology. Because I have a natural aversion, and I feel like a lot of us in the holistic, metaphysical, spiritual wellness community, we kind of have, some of us are very creative and love it, and they love the fact that they can make something their own, but not all of us enjoy the back end part of it and just want to be in our role doing what we do. Right? Creating the magic, the healing, information, right? So, leaning into how can, because Pisces, or the age of Aquarius, is going to be all about innovation, technology. That is going to advance no matter what we do. That's just a part of it. And how can we lean further into technology? Not as a way, not in an unbalanced way, but like looking at that too, if that is a fear that comes up, or looking at what fears come up, right? Whether it's about AI becoming too intelligent and taking over the world or something like that, we want to make sure that we're able to identify these aspects that are showing themselves. I don't even know if you guys can still see me or if it's dark, but hello Richard, are you able to see me? I can't really see my screen, but I can see the words. But yeah, so I lost track of what I was saying. Yes, leaning into technology. How can technology help your business, help you work less, make more money, give you more opportunity? How can you lean on that and lean on other people to help you in that, right? Because it's Aquarius is also about, and I know it's not Aquarius season, but it's the age of Aquarius. These are just themes that are going to be popping up, and a continuation of these overarching themes for the next like 2,700 years, okay? But in community, right? That's the other aspect of that, the shadow of leaning on others, your communication in that, right? Your shadows of communication in community and friendship are going to come up. How do you want to be a leader? Do you know how? How do you want to run your business? How do you want to, what kind of energy are you wanting to put in your projects? If you are getting frustrated, can you see it, witness it, acknowledge it, and be like, I am not enjoying this and I don't want to put this energy into this project. I need to step away, go in nature. I feel like I'm forcing this. This doesn't feel natural or good to me, right? Taking steps back from the experience so you can take a look and take a reflective journey inwards to see, okay, what am I feeling about these areas? So your communication, your connections, relationships, sisterhood, brotherhood, parents, friends, lovers, all of it. Okay, even like mentor, guide, authority, all of that. And how you communicate. Looking at like, right now your communication might be more difficult because we are in Mercury retrograde, right? So that aspect might be showing itself already. You might be more aware of it. But seeing, are there things that I'm saying that I've been noticing in the background but ignoring, that don't really feel aligned with how I want to be talking anymore, what I want to be saying, or how I want to be thinking. Like, that's not necessarily true to me, or it doesn't speak to me in the way that is true. So looking at that, I've noticed that just over this past week, there's been clarity on that of, oh, weird, because I send a lot of voice notes. That's just easier. It's for me, because it becomes more fluid and it's authentic, communicating with people that way rather than texting. And it just feels more connected. But I will hear shadow programmed, like unconscious or subconscious thoughts coming out of just, you know, words, ways of talking that are outdated, that I've been saying certain things probably since like middle school or high school, that just don't feel aligned anymore. I'm like, oh, interesting. You know, not shaming myself, not judging myself, but just seeing it. I mean, like, okay, I want to catch that. That's not necessarily something I want to do anymore. So I'm going to try and help myself with that. Seeing if I can replace that or just not feel the need to say that, right? Because I feel like, you know, we may unconsciously refer to our work as like shit, or saying like this fucking sucks, or whatever kind of words, power that we're using, right? And not to invalidate that experience, but if someone has a story like that, if you're not expressing it and releasing that anger to get it out so you can move through it and then become in a more aligned state where you're working from in creating your work, then you're putting that into your work. And if you're having issues with having success or making more money or having people around you respect you in the way you wish to be respected, and it's not going to happen, right? Because that has to be returned to yourself. Yeah, so just paying attention to that. And it's really having us look at the shadows of how we communicate in our relationships specifically, though. You'll be noticing themes of how, like, ooh, I noticed how I responded, you know, to my mom, or I notice I have this unconscious pattern of lying when I don't need to, or, you know, instead of being honest, I create a whole new story, you know, a situation. I'm different people in different places. And granted, certain people are going to bring out different aspects of us, sure. But how can you look at, how do you want to be talked to, treated? What kind of gestures? When you're upset, how do you want them to talk to you? What feels good? What feels safe, supportive, encouraging? And how can you turn that around towards other people? Am I doing that for other people? How am I relating? Am I known to be more distant? For me, something that's been popping up is like when I get very focused on my work, and this is where the this whole video is getting inspired from, of the eclipse season and how it's unstable energy, and yet we're dealing with all this fire energy of wanting to create and release and, you know, be excited about our new projects and sharing it and manifesting. But no, we need to scale back, because I'm like, oh, I'm realizing, of course, now I'm forgetting what the hell I was gonna say. It'll come back to me. But, yeah, like looking at all of these little aspects of like, wow, oh, okay, I remember. When I get really busy, I have ADD, which isn't truly ADD, right? It's a way that I have learned to cope long ago, and keeping myself safe, right? Switching thoughts, and then getting lost. But also my Piscean moon, right? I get lost in fantasy and other places, so trailing myself back. But seeing how in communication I can be very isolating when I'm doing shadow work, when I'm working on projects. It's hard for me to focus on more than one thing, but I disconnect from friends. I disconnect from family. I don't respond to messages, projects, things like that. But I feel like that's kind of on a shadow level. Unconsciously, I'm understanding that like I'm not supposed to be connecting with things and outside energies right now, influences. I'm trying to go somewhat dark, right? But still be here. But like growing a business, but also still taking that space for myself. And I've had to step back, not in creation mode any longer. Okay. I am back in not stillness, but I'm flowing with nature. I'm doing what I feel called to do. I'm listening to myself. I'm listening to my body. I'm listening to what the energies of the universe are nudging me to do, the shadow work that I'm being drawn to uncover within myself. But I'm also not having to uncover that hard because they're being shown to me. That's something that may be happening for you, maybe not, I'm not sure. But yeah, these lessons and areas have become very clear. It's like, yeah, there's certain levels of my patience, right? Even with technology, it's like I get really frustrated and angry with technology when it doesn't work for me, but it's like giving it that empathy, that space, that time to do its thing to help me to work without losing it, right? Yeah. So taking a look at all that and taking a look at the shadows that come up when you are feeling all this fire energy, especially if you are a fire sign or an Aries in particular, you're going to feel this, I want to get it done. I want to do the thing. I want to create. I want to manifest. I want to do the thing. And the universe is like, no, you can do it by all means. Your results may not happen. They may be not what you wanted or thought, and you may not be manifesting what is true. It could be an illusion because of everything cosmologically going on, astrologically, okay? So these are things that could be happening to keep an eye out for. It's been a wild ride. I was going to pull some cards for us. Just some oracle cards, maybe one tarot card. Feeling into this energy. I've just been noticing a lot. But I've also been, no tea, no shade, okay? But because we are all free to do our own thing. And granted, I was in the same energy of like, yeah, I'm creating, I'm manifesting. But I had to take the step back. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not supposed to be doing that right now. Like, you're not supposed to, but that's not the most favorable, prosperous energy to lean into right now. For long term, okay? Results or goals. Okay, this is for our collective. We got this, this is the Kali Oracle deck. You know, Kali is my girl, so my goddess. Curricula. To receive your divine inheritance of blessings and support for sacred fulfillment, Certain karmic conditions that resonate at a lower frequency need to be cleared. Curricula, I'm sorry if I'm butchering that pronunciation, signifies a time of rapid movement on your path and freedom to attract what you want and need. Let go of that which does not belong in your world, release, and you shall receive. Literally what we're talking about. These cards get it every flippin' time, okay? But, and this is a really good deck. If y'all ever, I've never experienced someone use this deck and not feel extremely supported and validated, but also called out. So if that's something you appreciate, if you're somebody that does tarot, yes, these are amazing. So yeah, validating again what it is. I'm gonna hold this up. If anybody wants, somebody watches this later and wants to take a screenshot, there you are. Okay. But yeah, seeing that need of like stepping back, but I've been seeing like some people that are having challenges and things, and all gravy. There's nothing wrong with that. People need money for things. They're doing things, so that's why they're having them. And I don't think any of it's intentional. I don't think they're in awareness or looking at that part. I think they're just thinking it's powerful energy to utilize, and it is, but it's unstable. So that's just, use your best judgment on that. Do whatever you want, you know? I thought about it, but I was like, oh, it's weird. A new moon where I'm not gonna do something. So it's gonna be an interesting time. Can't say I'm mad at it. Like, I'll be lazy, lay around. No, I'm just kidding. I'll probably go out in nature and see. I won't be able to see the eclipse during the day. Let me know where y'all are at if you're gonna be watching the eclipse. I think it's like the northern part of the United States. I don't know exactly where else in the world it'll be available, viewable. But yeah, if anybody gets some cool pictures, would love to see it. If you want to post it. The collective needing today. Oh, 2 cards popped out. I've never gotten this card before. The horned cactus. Resourcefulness. And then the crossing. Initiation. Wow. Y'all. Portal energy, you guys. Portal energy. And if you want to know, this deck is the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck. Colette Baron Reed and Alberto Villaldo. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. Okay, the horned cactus. Let's see what it is. Blooming through resilience, resourcefulness, discovery. When nothing seems to be happening fast enough or your ideas have dried up, you begin to question your relevance. Y'all, that's a shadow that could be popping up for all of us who are like, I need to create, I need to manifest. Of like, I could, what if people forget about me? I need to create, right? That shadow of, what if y'all don't see me? What if y'all forget about me, right? Look at that shadow. During these periods in life, you might feel like giving up, frustrated and resentful that success will never happen for you. The issue here, however, is a matter of perception. The horned cactus thrives in the barren desert scape, offering you the gift of water when all appears to be dry. If you look at its body, you see the natural thorns that protect it from predators and the elements. What you don't see are the deep roots that extend far into the earth, filling it with a continuous flow of water. This succulent is a symbol of resilience, of resourcefulness, of your needs being met in spite of appearances to the contrary. It's a reminder of the courage and inherent wisdom needed to dig deep below the less than friendly surface that hides a rich underground world. Can you connect to this magical truth and trust? The desert is a mystical place filled with mysterious creatures beautifully adapted to their environments. The horned cactus tells you take heart. This journey is only temporary, and you will soon be met with greener pastures. But first, you must acknowledge your inner strength and fortitude as you're tested here. Be as the cactus, resilient and resourceful. Literally, guys, I'm so glad y'all are here to witness all of this with me. What we're talking about, literally, it's, again, touching on everything, okay? Can't make it up. And then we got the crossing, initiation. Beautiful card. Rite of passage, initiation. You have come to stand on one side of a river. The opposite bank leads into the darkness of the eternal cave, where the old dies and then is born again. This is a place where time is forgotten and the seasons cease their dance and stand still, as if in a temporary repose. You must cross the river now, honoring and respecting this transition, for it's time to say goodbye to your old ways of navigating your world. Don't be afraid. You've come to the edge of the river because you're ready. You're ready to let go of what doesn't serve you and all the ways in which you've kept yourself from truly living. Intimacy requires vulnerability and truth. Can you strip away the masks and the barriers of false strength to discover what you're really made of? Step in the boat waiting for you. Let it carry you into the cave where the shadows are waiting to be illuminated so you can be born again into the world without denial or artifice. Making the crossing is a beautiful, powerful act of the highest love. Ah! Y'all. Wow. Okay. Literally. This is so, like, everything we're talking about, right? I'm going to read this part again because if you were here earlier hearing about Venus in retrograde and the relationship stuff that could come up, the shadows right now, this is telling you, like, okay. Intimacy requires vulnerability and truth. Can you strip away the masks and the barriers of false strength to discover what you're really made of? Can you be vulnerable with yourself? Can you say, I'm not doing good. I need this. I need that, right? When we say, oh, I'm great. I'm fine. I'm doing good. That's okay. No, none of it's okay. You're not okay. That's not okay. Like, we have to stop lying to ourselves, stop lying to other people, and then getting upset that they didn't help us because you didn't fucking tell them how you really felt, you know? Yeah. We gotta get to a place where we care and love ourselves enough to be vulnerable, to be honest, and knowing that even though we are saying how we really feel, that we can take care of ourselves. We're not saying these things or sharing these things to people to get them to take care of us or feel bad for us. That's not a form of manipulation that we're going to do, okay? Instead, we're going to share truths while taking care of our own emotional needs and nervous system by utilizing coping and grounding skills like breathwork, meditation, somatic techniques, anything like that, okay? To help your nervous system come back down to a regulated, safe state, okay? looking at what are you uncomfortable with in terms of vulnerability with sharing who you are to the world publicly, on your social media, at work, friends. Do you stay distant, disconnected, not really knowing these people, but yet you've known them for however many years? How much do you allow of yourself to be seen truly to where they know you, right? And if you are connected to people and you are so close to family and other things, do you expand and go outside of your bubble? Do you have codependency? Or is there healthy independence in connection with having close connections in family, right? Do you still take care of your own needs, or are you self-sacrificing, giving more to other people's needs, right? Do you look at your own stuff? Do you take the time? Like, this is the stuff that it's having you look at, because if we are doing this, called to wear masks, right? Because we can own our shit and take care of ourselves, but also, like, we're not worried about it. We're like, yeah, this is how I feel, and that's okay. I can take up space. I can say how I feel and not be concerned with necessarily how they perceive it, but how are you speaking it? Is it coming out clearly? Is it coming out authentic and true? Or is it rooted in shadow and wounds, or utilizing language that doesn't speak to the depth of a person that you are now, the being who you are now versus who you once were, right? Are you watching and eating and listening to the things that help you expand, that make you feel good, that are aligned and make you feel jazzed and passionate about life? Or is it mindless? And granted, we need some of that sometimes, totally fine, but all the time, and that's our only go-to, we want to look at that like, why, right? Why do I not want to nourish myself in this way, or do this thing with myself, or, you know, just looking at that, and you'll see some answers, and then you might have some more questions of like, okay, well, why do I choose? Why am I more tired, right? And don't have the energy for this? Or why do I feel so mentally exhausted to where I don't want to watch things that expand my mind? Why is that? Okay, my job's not like mentally demanding. Why would I feel mentally exhausted, right? Really looking at that. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of office drama. There's a lot of bullshit I have to remember. There's a lot of information always coming at me in my face, and I'm always looking at screens. Maybe that's a reason why you feel exhausted, right? Like, what are you needing truly to feel more balanced to where you can reset your energy and feel good, being balanced and harmonious using this energy, right? Eclipses are about bringing things back into harmony. So all of these areas where you're not in harmony, the planets in retrograde are going to be exaggerating that, okay? And the cards have all said, like, hey, go inward. You are in a space where, again, it's like, I can see people being like, but I've been going inward. I've been doing that all winter. I get it. And what is happening astrologically and the timelines we're about to jump are so profound and miraculous that, yeah, we need to be reminded, oh yeah, I need to go inward, because this is like soul level new volume book. Like, your soul gifts are going to come online if you do this work, if you step away from the fire and go inwards into the underworld to continue to look and see and heal and remove. Then, oh my God, this, okay? You are going to have like so much abundance and like profound expansion in your consciousness, in your relationships, connections, sex, everything that you're wanting, okay? But you have to help yourself by going against programming of what you feel is naturally coming up with nature, which is to create and birth into the world what we're doing. But wait a few weeks, okay? I'm just requesting, wait, like, if you, the 29th, you can start manifesting and creating, or if you really want to, wait till April 7th. But that, again, that's up to you. I will be waiting. I'm going to do one more card pull with the Sacred Symbols Oracle deck. Looks like this. It's one of my favorite decks as well. Ooh. What guidance is the collective meeting right now? What guidance is the collective meeting right now? What guidance is the collective meeting right now? Time. Okay. 41. Like, that's Saturn energy. Okay. Divine timing is everything. You are not stuck or heading in the wrong direction. Drawing the hourglass asks you to have patience with whatever your current situation is. All will come to pass when the moment is just right. This card can also indicate that something you are waiting for is just on the horizon, right? But that's also like what we're all feeling. It's like we're on the precipice of this new fucking beautiful, glorious life, but we can also feel torn apart because there's so many endings happening, and death egos and just deaths of things, the ending, closure, closing of things, termination, elimination, removal, cleansing, purification, okay? Resetting, recalibration. It is a soul recalibration. It's a big deal. And it's not just a normal time. It's not a normal week. It's not a normal day. It's not every single day is miraculous during this time, and it has such powerful energy that it's potent. Like, and utilizing it to our greatest advantage to transform and transmute and alchemize and reshape, reform what it is that we are, how we show up, how we connect, how we exist, how we create, how we perform, communicate, how we are in romance, how we are publicly, how we are behind closed doors, out in the open, out in the world. All of that we want to look at, okay? And you may already be manifesting, and that's okay. It's just a level of awareness of not being hard on yourself if things just don't go as planned. They may go great, right? But it's just like unstable energy. So like just being really mindful, being clear on what you're manifesting from. What is it for? Why do you want this? What is it going to do? Is it for your highest good and the highest good of all? Right? Being truly clear, because there can be lots of fantasy and illusion and delusion and dreaminess, and while also the fire energy to take action and do the damn thing, So with this pause, taking it to reflect, rest, get clear, heal, remove, nourish, support, love thyself, connect with Mother Earth. Oh, I've been seeing so much nature coming alive, and just being in presence with that, of this idea of not needing to create, not needing to do, not needing to have a to-do list, not needing to do these things because we have to. The stories, the shadow programs of it all. We don't have to connect to it, right? The times when it is given to us as an opportunity to take, we take it, okay? That's what this is about. When you have the opportunity, take it, okay? I hope this was helpful. My phone is gonna die, so I need to jump off, but until next time, take care. Bye.